Hey you guys, it's Peter, and I'm back. Of course I'm back. I'm not going anywhere. Beast. That actually caught underneath my finger and hurts quite a bit. Peekaboo. You hurt me, and I'm mad. The album. Ooh. Halloween, the album. Available in 2026. Dad, AF. It's the end of the world as we know it, and I'll be fine. No, I kind of like it for a second there. I was mixing two songs together. I was mixing REM's It's the End of the World and the theme to Friends. Did you hear that? Did you hear that mix in there? But I don't know the song to Friends. I can hear it in my head right now, but I was not a Friends person. I didn't watch Friends. My husband loves that show. Oh my God. I think that show is so dumb. The only good thing about the show Friends, I know, everybody's like, oh my God, he doesn't like Friends. Unsubscribe. The only good thing about Friends is, what's her face, Lisa Kudrow. I love Lisa Kudrow so much. She is so hilarious. But anyway, all right, how are you guys doing? Happy Saturday. Welcome to drama class. Do you have your number 2 pencil? Do you have your, because there's going to be a Scantron test, and I will be coming around class to make sure that you took notes. Do you have your Trapper Keeper? Do you have your Trapper Keeper? You better have your Trapper Keeper, okay? If you don't know what a Trapper Keeper is, Google it if you're too young to know what a Trapper Keeper is. Do you have your beverage of choice today for drama class? Mine is a venti iced blonde Americano from Starbucks. And it has 1.5 1.5 Splenda in it. I'm trying not to drink sugar or even sugar substitutes, but he talked me into it. And that's truth, too. There's facts. You can go check my vlog out today. So anyway, whatever you're drinking, I don't know, margarita in a can. The last time I said that, I called somebody out. They said in the comment section, they said, I literally am sitting here drinking a margarita in a can, and he called me out. I'm sorry, okay, but you deserve to get called out for drinking one of those cheap margaritas in a can. What are they called? They're called, I don't know. I always see them at the gas station because my good Judy Tanya and I, we always talk about all the things that we don't have or we've never had because we stopped drinking 25 years ago. You know, let me just tell you about margaritas back in the day. Okay, if you wanted a margarita back in the day, you had to like ask a friend who had a blender to come over, and then you had to buy 4 different kinds of alcohol and the special salts and the glasses. It was just or you just go to Chi-Chi's. Do you remember Chi-Chi's? Unlimited margaritas and unlimited chips and salsa, and it was like $5 on Wednesday nights, and it was called Margaritaville. I lived. No, actually, it was on Tuesday nights. It was, which is kind of funny because Tuesday nights now are my home group meeting. Oh, I wanted to talk about this anyway, and this is like a perfect segue. If you don't know what a home group is, so I'm very, very active in a 12-step program. A home group meeting is a meeting that you make like your regular meeting. It's kind of like homeroom in high school, but it's a meeting or a group that you make a commitment that you're going to go to on a regular basis, that you'll do service commitments for. It's kind of like your home base, if that makes sense, right? There is a saying in recovery that if you do not believe that your home group is the best home group in town, go get a different home group. And I firmly, strongly believe that, okay? Because you should have pride in your home group. You know, you should have pride in the things around you and the things that, you know, like make up your life, right? Well, and I said this on my vlog, and I'm going to say it again on here because this is kind of a repeat thing, and I'm going to get real emotional for a second, so if those of you that can't deal with Peter being emotional, probably time to fast forward the video. You know, I got a very special gift in the mail today. I'm going to show it in just a second, but, you know, I'm somebody that, this whole YouTube thing is very weird for me. You can see I'm getting emotional already. I started on BookTube, and I just have kind of continuously added one channel after another. I never in a million years ever thought that YouTube would be something that I could have as a career. You know, I mean, it's even kind of like weird to say that, you know what I mean? But that I could live off of YouTube and that people would want to watch my videos. And, you know, like I'm never going to be somebody that has 1 million subscribers. I'm just not. And I've kind of like accepted that. And it's not even that important to me. You know, I have channels that literally I get 1,000 views a video on, and for me, I'm like, oh my God, I got 1,000 views on this video, like on my Peterisms channel, where I read meditations and I share stories of my life. Like that channel means so much to me because every person that reaches out to me, they always mention the Peterisms channel and how much like it means to them. And it doesn't get a ton of views, and I don't care about that, you know? But I am a believer that if you are a YouTuber that does not believe that you have the best audience in the entire world, you better do something about your channel, okay? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I have the best audience in the entire world. I have the kindest, gentlest, caring audience. When I go through my comments, especially on my vlog, and somebody shares on there like they're having a really bad day or they've gone through something really, really hard, and there will be like 6 comments underneath there that'll say, oh, cheer up, I hope things get better for you, I've gone through something similar. You know, I just have the most caring, I have the best audience on YouTube, and nobody can tell me otherwise. And I feel so blessed I have a life beyond my wildest dreams today. And that has nothing to do with me. That is all because you guys choose to share your life with me. And you know that, like, when I post a video that you're like, okay, I guess I'll give Peter 20 or 30 minutes of my life. And I want to say, I appreciate it so much more than you will ever, ever, ever know. And one of the coolest things is that a lot of people, like, reach out to my husband, like for ideas of things they want to send me or a message they want to send me because they think it'll get to him quicker, which it sometimes does. I was having a hard day today because I have really been missing my dog Pee-Pee. And Alex has really been missing Pee-Pee a lot too. This is the first Halloween without him. Halloween's a very special holiday for me, and I was talking about it on my vlog today, about how much I really missed Pee-Pee. Before I get into this, I want to say, it is probably no mystery to anybody that I love trucker hats. From the very inception of my channel, I wore a pink trucker hat from Ultra Music Festival. I also have worn the icon hats from D Squared, which is one of my favorite trucker hats in the entire world. But I think most people know by now that I love the Gorin Brothers. This is a Gorin Brothers hat. This says Silver Fox. I also have this one that says Lone Wolf that I've worn in videos. I also have this one that says Jackass on it that I've worn in videos. I also have this one that says Hunter on it. And I also have this one that says Cock on it, okay? And I love their hats so much. Their hats fit me perfectly. This is not sponsored. They've never paid me anything or whatever. So I'm driving around today and I'm talking on my vlog because I slept last night, so I had to do my vlog today for last night. And I'm talking about how I really miss Pee-Pee, and Alex had like a memory pop up on his Facebook and it was a picture of Pee-Pee. And we just had this long talk last night about, you know, how much we miss him and how hard it is, you know, just to not have the little guy around the house anymore. And he was such a big part of our lives. So I was talking about it on my vlog, and I go to my post office box, right? And I get this box from the Gorin Brothers, and it's a hat box, and I know because I've ordered them before. And I was like, did Gorin Brothers send me a hat? I was like, what is this, right? I know you guys are like, this is a really long intro to it. It's not even an intro, it's just me talking. So anyway, I was like, what is this? And I opened it, and before I looked at the letter, I looked at this hat that I got. Okay. When I mean to tell you that I literally started bawling in my car, like, the timing and the synchronicity of it was so incredible to me. And then I read the letter, and it was from Amy. So, Amy, thank you. I adore you. She sent me this very long letter that was sharing all kinds of personal things about her life, and even shared that there were things on my Peterson's channel that had inspired her. And I just was so completely moved. And I've been looking for a new hat to wear for this channel because I've worn the Silver Fox one for so long, and I have to say that as of today, I have found my new hat for my channel. So let me show you. She had this hat made for me. She bought a blank hat from the Gorin Brothers, and then she had this patch made by the Embroidery Dad on Etsy, and it's Pee-Pee, and it says Bachelor underneath it. Because I used to always sing this song when Alex would go out of town. It's Pee-Pee and Peter's Bachelor Weekend. So anyway, this is the hat. I'm starting to kind of, you know, like try to get it to fit my head. It is perfect. I absolutely love it. And so I just want to say thank you, Amy. That means so much to me. And to all of you out there that choose to allow me to be part of your life every single day by watching my videos, I just want to say it means so much to me. Thank you. You have no idea what you have done to my life, to my husband's life, and you've given me a life beyond my wildest dreams, so I just want to say thank you. Okay. Woo! Let's get into the video now and talk about some drama. Now, when Peter puts on the lip gloss, what does that mean? That means, students, sit down, because it is time to talk about some drama. Should we talk about, hit my shoulder and bounced. Should we talk about Jaclyn Hill first, or should we talk about Jeffree'S star? Let's save Jeffree'S star for a second. Okay. So I saw this on Jaclyn Hill's Instagram story last night because, you know, one of the most important things in my life is going through all these people's Instagram stories on a regular basis to make sure I don't miss a thing, right? So I was going through then I was sent this by a bunch of people too. I was going through Jaclyn Hill's Instagram story last night, and I was like, oh, okay. And she addressed the hairy lipstick. So do you want to hear what she had to say? Here you go.
Okay, so this kind of weirds me out. Like, we ordered pasta, lazy Friday night at home, watching Grey's Anatomy. And there's this, like, thick black hair over here in the box. And it's one of those moments where I'm like, is it mine? Or is it a... Like, is it mine or is it a pew? You know what? Whenever this happens to me now, I accept it and I just eat the whole thing. This is my karma for my lipsticks. Deal with the hairs.
Oh my God. Oh, I needed a little bit more lip gloss to talk about all of that drama of the day. Oh, Jaclyn. Okay, I have to say, honestly, like when I saw it, I thought, you know, when I think about all of the people that I have like covered drama about, you know, since I started doing this in 2016, you know, the James Charles, the Jeffree'S stars, the Shane Dawsons, the Nikita Dragons, the Gabriel Zamoras, the Tatis, the Patrick Stars, the Nikki Tutorials, who else? I mean, so many, the Tana Mojos, the Trisha Paytases. I mean, so many people at this point, right? Like 20 or 30 people, which doesn't sound like a lot, but they're the ones that consistently get into drama. Very few of them are able to laugh at their like own like ridiculousness or their own dramas of the past, if that makes sense, right? I feel like James Charles is somebody that he doesn't really get it yet, because I think he lacks the maturity, that he comes back and he'll later say something and it feels very cringy, right? Like he'll bring up like a drama from the past. Like yesterday when he posted his video about the lie detector test, there was a part in there where they asked him, like, have you ever, like, collabed with somebody that you don't like? And he was like, at the time, no. And then he was like, but afterwards. Now, that's kind of a funny way to address it, right? Because we all know he's probably talking about Jeffree Star, maybe some other people, you know, on and on and on. But the way that he sometimes kind of brings up past dramas, whether it be about like the Ebola thing or whatever, is just kind of like, it's not funny. And it comes across as very arrogant and egotistic. And he's not the only one that does that. Jeffree Star does the same thing. Jeffree Star, to be honest, like really won't address any drama, period, whatsoever. But the kind of funny drama, like he'll kind of like bring it up and spin it back around like, oh, what we're not going to do is this today kind of thing, right? Like trying to take control back over it. Shane Dawson doesn't say anything. I mean, Nikita Dragon, she brings it up time and time and time again and kind of like, you know, beats it like it's a dead horse kind of deal. So, you know, I have to say, the fact that Jaclyn, I mean, first of all, girl, you nasty. Okay, you nasty. I would have taken that step back and said, there is straight up a hair. And she said a pube. Girl, okay, I don't care what kind of karma in the world you think you deserve. Don't be eating somebody else's pubes. I mean, unless that's what you're into or something. But girl, listen, okay, you paid, I heard you in all your videos. You work hard for your money, okay? She worked so hard. She should have sent them noodles back. I would have sent those straight back and said, listen, somebody in the back there put a pube up in my noodles. I just can't. But anyway, the fact that she kind of turned it into like this joke, not really a joke, but that she acknowledges, you know, the past mistakes. I think like if she would have done that like month one, it would have been like, okay, that's not appropriate, right? Like that's too soon of a joke. If she had done it 6 months later, I think because she's never really come out and addressed everything, and for people that say, yes, she has, no, she has not. She paid $100,000 to laboratories that we still have not heard the results of what those laboratories came up with. I'm just saying, okay? Which I think is very serious in the makeup world. We want to talk about all these issues, but then, you know, it would just kind of slide underneath the rug. But I think at this point, where we're at like a year and a half down the road, I think for her to say, I think this is kind of like karma, you know, that happens. I think it's her kind of taking control back over her own story. And I have to say, just for me, okay, I appreciated it. I thought, okay, like this is kind of like in a weird way, like a mature response to this. Like I like the fact that today she can look back over the mistakes that she made, and I hope that they don't happen to her again. Listen, people always say to me, oh, you don't want Jaclyn to be successful. The hell I don't. Why would I not want Jaclyn Hill to be successful? I don't understand I've said this time and time again, and I'm not going to get into a long dissertation about it on here, but I don't understand hate watching, okay? I don't understand wish and hate on anybody in the world. I don't play my life that way. I just don't, okay? And if you're a believer in karma, which I don't believe that karmic energy works that way. Hell, I have seen some of the worst people in the entire world continue to just rise and rise to the top, and karma has never played its game on them, okay? So I'm not a huge believer in karma. I don't really know if, like, you know, well, and I'm not talking about the deep understanding of karma, you know, and things like that, but I'm talking about that idea that if you put something out there, it comes right back on you. I don't know how I feel about that. Maybe, sometimes, you know. Do I feel like it's happened to me in my life? Sure. You know, like, but do I think it happens for everybody? No. But I think that her acknowledging it and kind of like saying something about it. I mean, like, we're at a point now where Jaclyn Hill can joke about a hair in her food or a hair in her lipstick or something like that. I was like, because when I started watching it, I was like, girl, if she seriously is, like, if she just posts this and says, can you believe there's like a hair in my noodles? Like, people will literally come for her, right? So the fact that I was like, oh, okay, I respect this. Like, I really respect this about her. But I only want Jaclyn to be successful. I want all of these people to be successful. But, you know, success is something that, well, first of all, we each define our own success, I think. But, you know, when I look at success, I look at, like, kind of like what I was talking about earlier with, like, having the most amazing audience in the entire world. You can have 50 subscribers and they can be the most amazing audience in the entire world. It's how you choose to look at it, you know? Are you going to look at those 50 people? You know, I remember when I first got together with my husband, and he planned this elaborate birthday for himself that happened on Father's Day, so a lot of people couldn't come. And I remember he invited like 40 people to this party, this like pool party thing, and got a cabana and all this stuff, right? And like, it was like 4 people that showed up, okay? And a lot of people RSVP'd, but anyway, I was so upset for him. Like, the whole day, I was just like, I can't believe all these people didn't show up. Now, my husband is somebody, he shows up to every bachelorette party, every bachelor party, every baby shower, every bridal shower, every engagement party. He shows up. My husband is literally the epitome of suit up and show up. He shows up to everything, and he has been there for everyone in his life, okay? And I had witnessed that at this point for about 6 months. Well, maybe about 9 months. And I was so upset about it, right? And so we're leaving, and I said to him, aren't you so upset about all the people that didn't show up? And I'll never forget what he said to me, right? Because it was such a learning experience. He said, you know, I would rather focus on the 36 people that showed up, or I would rather focus on the 4 people that showed up than the 36 that didn't. And he said, and I had a fantastic birthday with the people that were there. You know, so I think in life, you have to take a look at what you have, and what are you going to do with that, you know? Like, if you're somebody that has 50 subscribers, because people ask me all the time, my channel's not growing, my channel's not growing, my channel's not growing. You know, I'm a believer that if you are grateful for what you have, it will continue to grow. So if you're grateful for what you have on your channel, it'll continue to grow. It's these arrogant, egotistic, you know, cocky YouTubers that are not happy with what they have because it's all about this numbers thing to them, right? I'm happy for Jaclyn. She's in a relationship that she seems really happy about. She seems to have a positive attitude about things. I mean, I've really done rather funny drama about Jaclyn in the last couple months. There really hasn't been anything that's like, I mean, Jaclyn's had her really negative moments. But, you know, I only wish her the best. I want her to be successful. Why would we? If you are somebody that wishes negativity on somebody else, okay, ask yourself why. Because it really says so much more about you than it does about somebody else that you wish some negativity. So that's the Jaclyn Hill drama. Let me know what you think about that in the comment section below. The next thing I wanted to talk about was this fakery of Jeffree'S ex. Okay, so you know, yesterday in my video I talked about how Jeffree'S ex, whatever he was, fling, Andre Marhold came out and started this YouTube channel, and he said, if you follow it and it gets to 100,000 subscribers, then I'll come out and I'll tell all the tea. It currently has 3.58 thousand subscribers, okay? Not a lot. There's another channel that has 2.18 thousand subscribers, and it's like they have the same green little circle with an A. So apparently, not that many people want to hear the tea that he has to spill on Jeffree'S, which honestly kind of surprises me. Or maybe people are just really fickle with their YouTube subscriptions. I think that's probably true as well. I don't know. But I'm kind of surprised that this guy isn't getting like flooded with subscriptions so that people will, or subscribers, so that people will come out and like, or that he'll come out and tell his story. I said in my video yesterday, I just think like if you're going to come out and tell your story, come out and tell your story, right? You don't like need to say to people, well, if I get to this number, why is 100,000 subscribers important to this dude? Well, I'll tell you why. Because he is selling shout outs on his Instagram story, or his Instagram that he puts up on his Instagram story. It is such a horrifically bad look. I mean, it is so bad that like you went through this whole thing and people were calling you out and now this is who you are. I mean, it is really who you are. Is like, okay, so let me see if on here he says, he has the thing where it says, get me up to 100,000 subscribers and I'll spill the star tea, get out. Let's see. I don't know where he's posted a lot of things last night. He was out in some club for the whole night and he's tagging all these people up in this club. But there was some part where he put something about how much it cost for a shout out. Now, if you go over to the fakety one, that guy is still acting like, who? Me? What? Like, me fake? No, I'm not fake. He's still over there posting stuff. Let me just tell you, okay? Hold on a second. Let me get back to the very beginning because I've been looking. He is now selling shout-outs as well, okay? I mean, this is like, you cannot make this stuff up. He said, Nate told me something else, but I don't think it's for the public, is what he said, okay? Here's the little thing here. And then he said, so another reason Nate was so awkwardly shy, and then he goes in and accuses Jeffree of using substances, which I think is just, this just gets completely low, right? So if you don't know, like I talked about this yesterday in my video, but I didn't get into the whole thing. Def Noodles has the receipt for it on his Twitter. And he said that I could talk about it in my video. He actually has proof that Jeffree sent him, where somebody from this account, supposedly, sent him that they were playing a game with Jeffree Star, that this was all just a game, right? Well, that's kind of a ruthless game. Like, I don't know who you are out there that you think that that's okay to be messing. Like, I'm not saying that Jeffree Star is the greatest person in the entire world, right? But that's not how I look at what somebody is deserving of. If we're going to judge Jeffree Star, let's judge Jeffree Star based on what he has done in his life. And, you know, the thing is that when you, I don't know how to make sense of this, but like, there have been, in my 4 years of doing drama on YouTube, a lot of like drama channels that have come out and reported on like fake news, okay? When you do that, you minimize really the reality of what is really going on with a lot of these people, if that makes sense, okay? Jeffree Star should be held accountable for the things that Jeffree Star has done in his life that to this day he has not acknowledged the majority of, okay? Or we'll talk about it. But then to conjure up all of this stuff and talk about health statuses and drug use and things like that, which, listen, okay? That is not something that I would judge somebody's character on anyway. Like I said that yesterday. I just wouldn't, you know, as a person in recovery and as a gay man that has had many, many friends of mine that have been, you know, HIV infected or have died of AIDS. Like, that is not something that I would ever pass judgment on somebody. Either one of those. Those are both such low blows that says to me that this is just like, this is such a low person that is doing this, right? Okay, and what it does is it minimizes those things that Jeffree Star really has done, okay? Let's talk about the things that Jeffree Star has done and has been, that people are trying to hold him accountable for, you know, of his past that he's not willing to talk about. I mean, we could talk about the racist stuff all day long, you know? So, that's the next thing he said. And then he said, I personally didn't see Jeffree Star using, and then he goes in this, follow this account before I deactivate it, so when I reactivate it, you'll be here. He says that, like, constantly, right? And then he puts down at the bottom for legal purposes. Had a long talk with Nate last night. He broke a lot of things down tonight. The tea is real. And then he said, are you ready for this? $20 story promo. I promote anything. I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. OnlyFans, music, lashes, nails, small businesses, 200,000 plus views, only doing a few. And he is like, shout out, I mean, only doing a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, wait. That one says, the tea will be on this page tonight. Please stop with the DMs. If you missed the info, it's not my fault. I told you to follow. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, same person, 21, 22, 23, 24. He's got 24 of them up there already, okay? So those are a lot of people out there, and it's got 61,000 followers. So this completely fake account, okay, that the real Andre has come out and said is fake, is gaining, people are believing it, and they're paying for promos. They're not paying for promos probably just because they believe it. They're paying for promos because a lot of people are going to be watching his story to see what he has to say next, because they're probably like, is this really the real Andre? And he's not saying it. You know what I didn't go look to see is if Nathan has come out and said something. I bet Nathan is like, I am so happy I am out of this whole mess. I don't want any part of it. The last picture that Nathan posted was a picture of him in some like tent. It looks like a greenhouse, and it's marijuana leaves. And what does it say? He did this meme, and it says, "Do you?" Anyway, I don't even understand it. So it's skateboarding pictures, marijuana pictures. That's his whole life, I guess. Skateboarding and marijuana. He's living his best life, you know. Makes you wonder about the behind the scenes. Nathan doesn't seem like somebody that would ever want to come forth and really say anything unless he was absolutely forced to do it. I don't believe that he'll do that. I don't believe that he'll come out and do some tell-all. Even if he did sign an NDA, which I would put a lot of money down on the fact. Somebody asked me yesterday, what is an NDA? They don't know what an NDA is because they live in another country. An NDA is a non-disclosure agreement. It means that basically if you sign it, that it can be written different ways. Anything you witness or you hear in the presence or whatever, there has to be like finite things around it that you will never, like you won't do that. And if you do come out and do like a tell-all after you've signed that, then like you can be like sued for that because you violated the non-disclosure agreement, if that makes sense. The thing is, I have heard from, because I have asked my attorney on this many occasions, I've never signed an NDA in my life, just to say that, okay? But I've asked and I've never been asked to sign an NDA either. But I've asked my attorney, and you know, you think about that, like I've met with I met with Trisha Paytas, I met with Shane Dawson, I met with a lot of people. They didn't ask me to do NDAs. Now I did hear that Shane Dawson does ask people to do NDAs. I heard that behind the scenes, and they're pretty like ironclad NDAs. I've heard that from a couple different people. But I was never asked to do that, and I wouldn't sign one. I'm like, if you want me to sign an NDA, what is it you're afraid of me seeing, you know? So anyway, there's a lot of people. I mean, Trisha Paytas is somebody that you would think would probably have, you know, a stack of them. She didn't have me. She welcomed me into her apartment and everything. Never asked me to sign an NDA, you know? So I don't know what that's all about. Like, what are you doing that you don't want people to see? But the thing is it's like, I have to believe in watching Nathan for, what, 5 years or whatever, even if he didn't sign an NDA, he just doesn't seem like somebody that would come out. I have a feeling Jeffree probably gave him one or two of the marijuana businesses, probably gave him the house in Grand Rapids, and I don't know, some kind of cash settlement, you know, and he was a part of his life and said, like, here, go your own way. And I think he's probably happy with that, and he knows he probably doesn't have to do a whole lot for the rest of his life, and he probably just wants to be left alone, like, you know, smoke and skate, you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't seem like somebody that wants to come out and do a tell-all. Even if he hadn't signed an NDA, I just don't believe that Nathan is the kind of person that will sit down and do that. Like, he just doesn't seem like that to me. Maybe I'm completely wrong. I don't know. You know, Nathan, if you're out there and you want to do an interview, hey, I'm right here. But I don't think that he's the kind of person that would do that. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think that's very telling. That says a lot that I feel that way about Nathan. I don't know that if you had asked me that 3 years ago, I would have said the same thing. But he just kind of seems like he wants to be left alone to do his own thing. So I don't know. Let me know what you think about all of that. The fakery is going to continue. This channel's not going to stop. So unless it gets taken down. And so many, like the real Andre is asking people to report it. So it has to have been reported so many times. And I can't believe it's still up there. Anyway, it's crazy, isn't it? Anyway, I love you guys. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.